All my friends are dead. It happened during one of our semi-annual trips. The three of us would go by ourselves to get away from things, goof off, and take a break from the stress of everyday life. That trip, Phil found us a promising campsite. He and James convinced their wives, and a date was set. On that day, the three of us parked at the edge of the woods and, after a 15-minute hike, arrived at our spot. Phil began setting up tents for everyone while me and James gathered firewood. After all our prep work, we started chatting, drinking, and cooking up dinner. They talked about their wives and kids. I was close to them, but I tried steering the conversation towards a game I was playing at the time. I didn't even have a girlfriend, so family talk was kind of dull to me. We kept on going well past sunset. A crescent moon had risen high in the sky, and crickets were chirping incessantly all around us. Then James declared, "Well, I'm going to get some rest. I want to get up early so we can have a few hours to ourselves before heading home." "Right, I'll head in too," Phil said. "Tom?" "I'm going to stay up a bit longer," I responded. James nodded, and the two of them shuffled off to bed. I sat watching the fire, listening to it crackle. Trees were swaying in the wind, swooshing and creaking. It was pleasant, if a bit cold. I went to grab some of the extra firewood we set aside earlier. It was deafening and chilling. I heard the squelch. I dropped the sticks I had picked up and turned. James's tent was gone, crushed down into the dirt and torn to shreds. It didn't make sense. There wasn't anything around that could have done that, I thought. The second time, I caught a glimpse of some massive thing slamming down on Phil's tent. It splashed a wave of dirt on the fire, snuffing it out in an instant. Tears were pouring down my face, but I couldn't feel my grief. It was like I was looking in on this sea of terror and sadness from outside, but I was numb. The trees' swooshes and creaks were louder than, the wind had picked up, but it hadn't. Something in me must have snapped because I began howling with laughter. My friends had died, and I was laughing. I didn't realize it at the time, but that's when the sounds of the trees began receding. My laughter turned to wails of agony. I fell to the ground crying until I must have worn myself out. When I woke, it was morning. The cops didn't believe me. My friends' wives and children blamed me. They tossed me in a mental asylum for a year. I lost everything. One day, I plan on going back to those woods and burning every tree to the ground.